Yes, thank you. Then the scrubber supplier. Luckily, the other speakers already explained the regulations, the configurations of scrubbers, so I don't have to do that. I took the risk. Let's say I didn't include that in my presentation. I will, I will just address some considerations that we have and that you may have. Let's say when this regulation is coming up in 2020. Now, this is a repetition, already explained. There are more or less 3 ways to comply with the sulfur legislations, with advantages and disadvantages. Switch to LNG, for instance, always in compliance. Investment costs are high. Limited infrastructure nowadays, in special for the longer sailing routes. And a price uncertainty. Then the use of low sulfur. That's in fact the easiest solution. Low investment cost. As a disadvantage, long-term costs are higher than using HFO. And what will be the fuel availability? Already addressed a few times, but I address it again. And the third option, which of course I promote, installation of a scrubber. This allows the continued use of HFO, and the scrubber requires a high investment, and the payback time depends on the developments on the fuel price delta. Now, some considerations about our investigations. If you look into the internet in all kinds of publications, and you can see the majority of ship owners are set to opt for the low sulfur fuel in 2020. On this slide, you see some predictions of what will be the fuels, how will the fuel demand change after 2020. What you can see in these 2 graphs is that in 2020 there will be less requirement for HFO and low sulfur fuels will be there, but will they really be there? Will there be enough production for this 0.5% fuel in 2020? And is blending needed, blending with HFO, to have the 0.5% demand. What will happen on this price gap between MGO and HFO? The expectations are that there will be a huge difference, but we don't know. We have seen in 2015, 2016, this price gap was becoming smaller and smaller, and now it's increasing again. The scrubber market, also already addressed. Calculations and predictions we have made to scale our organization. Now we found 60,000 vessels that operate worldwide on HFO, and another number of new builds. Then we generated a market model, which is based upon where do the vessels operate, what is the investment cost, what is the fuel consumption, etc. And we translated this in just 5,000 vessels that require scrubbers. And we realized this is a very conservative number, but 5,000 for all the scrubber suppliers that are present today and that are coming up is still a huge number. Some commercial talk. If you look to our organization, we have now 170 scrubber systems sold for in total 142 vessels. and we have more than 100 scrubbers in operation today. And the first installation was made back in 2009, so we have some experience. And now I will show you a case of a scrubber retrofit. I have taken a VLCC, now shown here. The system shown here is a hybrid system. Most tankers install open loop systems nowadays. But you can see the scrubber, you can see the hybrid components, pumps low in the vessel, circulation tank, water cleaning. Now, as explained already. Then some assumptions. This vessel is operating in global, so a 0.5% scrubber. Compliance with the ICA in Baltic, North Sea, US, 0.1%. That is possible with lower load. Now, if you also set some preconditions when it comes to the fuel, and we realize this is conservative numbers, but just to show what is the result. I assumed, or let's say, based upon a fuel consumption of 18,000 tonnes per year, for which 3,000 in ICA and the other 15,000 in the global. And then the investments cost, engineering, the scrubber itself, the installation, and total investment cost of 3.3 million. And a useful life of 15 years. Now here you can see the integration in the vessel for a VLCC. That's not too complicated. The scrubber is located next to the funnel, on the side or after the funnel. And then it comes to return on investment. And if you summarize all the data, the investment cost, the operation cost, HFO consumption, as already explained, the operation of a scrubber requires extra power, so that's included in this calculation. Maintenance, and then you come to a total operation cost per year. Together with the investment, you have a total cost of ownership and savings calculated if you compare to the use of compliant fuel. Here you can see the calculation and the result, what is the saving over the lifetime. And I realize 15 years may be long, but the result of this calculation is a return on investment of a little bit more than 2 years. So compared to the 15 years, this is a very attractive figure. This was it. Thank you.